everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ocean State Aquatics TV. So today we are going to be talking about feeding. I've been getting a lot of questions about what to feed crayfish or shrimp or lots of freshwater scavengers. So today I'm going to be going through my recommendations for what you should be feeding any underwater scavengers or any freshwater invertebrates. So let's check it out. So there are a lot of different varieties for underwater scavenger food, or basically any sort of sinking food that you can feed any sort of bottom feeder, scavenger, catfish, crayfish, shrimp, snails. There's lots of different options for different foods, so I'm going to be going through a small list of everything that you could use to feed any sort of bottom feeder that you may have. So starting with freshwater shrimp or freshwater crayfish, we have the shrimp cuisine. These are really great for smaller freshwater shrimp. You can also feed these to crayfish, you can feed these to snails, you can feed these to a vast amount of bottom feeders and scavengers. Shrimp cuisine is a really good variety of food because the pellets are really small, so a lot of smaller shrimp can actually eat this really well. They can actually hold it and carry it around with them, so they can pick it up and go somewhere else and still be able to take it with them and eat it. But it does have a big enough size that bigger crayfish can eat it as well. So this is a really good option for a lot of different varieties of smaller invertebrates. Next we have crab cuisine. Crab cuisine is going to be your #1 staple for any invertebrate diet. This is the best pellet size in my personal opinion. This is actually our store use bag, so I can open it and show you guys. This pellet size is arguably the best in my opinion because it is big enough that pretty much anything for bottom feeders or scavengers can eat it, and it will give them enough oomph to provide a stable nutrition for them. Crab cuisine is also enriched with calcium, which is really good for a lot of invertebrates, especially ones like shrimp and crayfish that actually have to molt. It's also good for snails because they use the calcium to build their shells. Calcium is a huge staple in a lot of scavengers and bottom feeders diets, so this is a great way to supplement that calcium into their everyday diet. So moving on to more different varieties, if you kind of want to mix it up, do something maybe a little bit different, algae wafers are a really great option. A lot of scavengers are going to be exactly what they are, scavengers. They will eat anything that they can get their hands on. They will eat any uneaten food, so basically anything that you feed your regular fish that falls to the bottom of the tank, they will also eat that as well. But if you want to supplement your main diet that you feed your crayfish, maybe if you're feeding something like crab cuisine or shrimp cuisine to any of your scavengers, if you want to supplement them with something maybe a little bit more herbivorous, algae wafers are a really great choice. Another really great choice for other herbivorous options is seaweed extreme. These are really great options to add a little bit of greens into your scavenger's diet, so it's always good to mix things up every now and again. Going based on pellet size, the algae wafers come in regular size and also mini size, and the seaweed pellets are more of a smaller pellet size, so you can feed a very wide variety of different size scavengers with either of these two products. Now moving on to another one of my personal favorites, we've got sinking wafers. These are great for pretty much anything that you have to feed bottom feeders. If you've got cory cats, if you've got plecos, if you've got crayfish, if you've got shrimp, if you've got snails, pretty much anything under the sun will eat these pellets. These soften up really easy and really quickly, so a lot of smaller invertebrates and smaller scavengers can actually still eat this despite the pellets being a little bit bigger. And these are perfect for feeding anything that lives on the bottom of your tank. So all in all, if you have any crayfish, whether it be regular crayfish, dwarf crayfish, if you've got any sort of bottom feeders like shrimp, snails, anything that scavenges, they will eat such a wide variety of different foods. And you can feed them pretty much anything as long as it sinks to the bottom, as long as you supplement with something that has some sort of calcium in it. That should be totally fine to feed any of your scavengers, because that's just what they do. They scavenge, they will eat any food that they can find. So they are very easy and very good for keeping the bottom of your tank clean. If you are interested in adding any sort of bottom scavengers to your tank, we've got plenty of them available here at our Seacock, Massachusetts location. So like always, feel free to come in and check them out and keep it fresh.